Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully everybody can see. You're right. This is a test for things to come, but I think I'm actually going to go live. Okay, right I think now. We're good. Hopefully everybody can see. You're right. Hey, Max. Okay, hopefully you guys are able to see everything just fine. Sorry, it's the first time I've live streamed, so this is it's new to me. And let's make it public. Welcome to the Seal Pavilion. Don't mind my rather intense building style. I'm not really sure what I'm going to build right now. You are right, Max. You will see all. It's going to be an interesting build. Hopefully this works out. I've you know what? I've never actually live streamed before, so this is going to be a new thing for me. You also get to see the drifty cam in motion because I'm also recording this at the same time. It's definitely not something easy to use. Hey, Martini. Welcome to the live stream. It's very much just a test live stream. I'm really just kind of playing around right now. But you guys get to see what I build as I build. I do apologize. I am currently still under the weather, so if I suddenly go quiet, it's because I'm coughing. If we fail, we'll just point and make fun of you. That's okay. You know what? It's exactly what I wanted to hear. Just the knowledge that I might fail and people will make fun of me. But you know what I say to that? I say failure is part of the joy of playing Planet Zoo. It's all about making mistakes and learning from them, and then going from there. But you guys get a sneak peek of my newest habitat build. It's going to be a seal habitat. Night, I actually have no idea how to do that, to be honest with you. We will have to figure that out. I feel like everybody's been sick over the holidays. I feel like it's just part of the holiday experience is just getting sick and having to deal with that. It's definitely going to be an exercise in just trying new things. I think today, it may not be a very long stream. Who knows? Who knows how long this goes on for? As we endeavor to learn new things. I see we have quite a few people from the Discord on here, which is really cool. Thank you for joining. I'm so on the fence about doing a live stream. I never thought it would be something I would do. I think part of it is because it's like you just kind of get nervous about doing something, and it's something new, as evident by the fact that we're trying our best to make something out of everything, right? If I tend to ramble, I'm so sorry. It's definitely not the intent of this entire thing. it's this has been an exercise of frustration in building this, and I don't even know what I'm building at this point. Seems lately the entire theme of my builds is just have fun and build whatever you want, whenever you want, and hope for the best. This is like, I will say this, like, part of this is based off of you are right, it is a chance to answer live and get immediate feedback is always important. Who knows what you will learn from this, or what I will learn from this. I think really I'm going to be the one that learns something. If you learn something, who knows? I don't know if I want to. It's You're right. It could be the start of the snowball rolling as we kind of work our way through everything. Who knows? This could be the only live stream in all of Gunther's Gaming's career, or it could be the first of many. But okay, so let me walk you through what the intent behind this is, so you guys can kind of see it's coming together. I've added in potential banners. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. Right now, it's 3 1 meter by 1 meter items, the screen panels, and then I have it like double sided, and then I've added in this New World banner post, which I felt like kind of fits so well. I really wish we had like banners from Jurassic World Evolution, and I think that kind of got me thinking about what I wanted. But the intent is you'll come up here, you can kind of come through here, and you'll have 2 areas that you can kind of visit. So you have your the upstairs area is what I'm calling it right now, and then we have our downstairs area, which is going to allow you to see as everybody kind of goes for a swim. Now it actually works. It did work. It maybe not anymore. Technically it's public now, so anybody can join, but I do appreciate you guys testing with me. It's Clayby is the one that gave me the idea of utilizing Steam Labs, I think is what I'm using right now. Hopefully that's working really well. I had this working, and then I was finagling some stuff. Why is this not working anymore? Oh, that's the inside. That's not what I want. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I know what I'm going to do. This is how we're going to fix this. Oh, right on. I will have to. I'll have to take a look at your stuff. Thanks, Blob. I just finished recording the first episode of or like the next episode of Ottawa Zoo, and I gave a shout out to Blob because your build really helped me to, like, your photos that you shared really helped me out. I think I was struggling so much with the interior. There we go. It took a little bit, but our water's finally working. So yeah, so anyway, going back to it. So what happens is that people will come down here so they can kind of see, if they crouch a little bit, they can kind of see into where they're going to be swimming around. So we're going to have to obviously put some fun stuff for them to look at and stuff like that, and then they'll come up here and then they'll hang out around up here. So not a whole lot of land area, and then back here will be the backstage area. I'm still trying to work it out. There is it's a double wall, more so because as you can see, the glass just kind of goes everywhere, so it's the only way I could really kind of hide it. But it's a relatively small habitat, but it's a super large building. But this is like a sneak peek of you guys kind of get to see what it is. I'm especially proud of these like angled windows because it's I'm not a fan of just like straight lines. I say this as I have a bunch of straight lines in this entire build, but like empty walls are the worst. It bothers me the most. So I don't even know what I want to build right now. So let's, I guess the best way to do it is we can focus on one section at a time, and we focus on the upstairs part. And only because I know that there would be kids that would kind of try to climb up this whenever they wanted. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, actually, you want to know where the arm supports came from? I was busy looking for architecture inspiration for this building. These are from Jurassic World Evolution. I want to say it's the restaurant actually has these types of arms with the banners on the side, and they're hanging out, and that's how. And this is what I made. So they're actually made of two pieces of wood. So it's like the square beams and then just the thin beams to kind of add a ridge on the side. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty like low key item, but it makes such a difference. I've also gone outside of my comfort zone. For those who you haven't seen this, oh my goodness, you're going to see a sneak peek of Moose Lodge. I've been doing a lot of this where I take the New World fence and place it on the top and upside down. It kind of gives like a nice like little banner at the top. I changed my process today, and I built this, which is just the like opaque glass that I colored differently. And that's how this is how we kind of got what we have going there. I can't believe there's 9 people currently watching this live stream. Things I never thought would happen. But yeah, so those arms are from Jurassic World Evolution. I've been looking a lot of inspiration from Jurassic World right now because I'm kind of starting to work on the thought process. I'm actually trying to plan it out for a change, which is for a city zoo, and like not like city zoo like Cedarbrook Park, which is a city zoo in the sense that it works. It's not the greatest. But again, like that's part of like learning and building. But anyway, so I'm trying that out. So this is my way of trying new things. Why I'm a big am I a big YouTuber? I wouldn't say I'm a big YouTuber. You want to know what my favorite piece in this entire game is lately? If I can remember the name. It's in the Twilight pack. It is a metal... Here it is. It's the portcullis metal banding. Favorite piece. And then like on top of that, like just the fact that it comes like with the rivets. You know what? Speaking of the Discord, and I think I've said this before, I never thought our Discord would ever get to the point that it is right now. Like we have quite a few people. We have quite a few other YouTubers who have joined us, and people who have started to join. Like they've started on their YouTube career, and they are part of our Discord, and I'm really happy about that. I think we've created this like really cool little community where people can come and hang out and learn new things, try new things. I think like it's always daunting playing Planet Zoo. It can be. So like it's such a cool feeling. Yeah, you're right. The Twilight pack has like a lot of really cool small things in the entire in that pack. I'm always so amazed by what you can build with that particular pack. One Planet Zoo video. You know what? One Planet Zoo video is better than a lot of other people, Max. I remember like when I was a lot younger, I was like, oh, I could do this. I could totally do YouTube, and then I never did it, and it was always like a fear of mine. I never. It's the fear of doing something new will always keep people back because they don't want to make a mistake. Nobody ever wants to make a mistake, and I totally get where that feeling comes from. Because like knowing that you made a mistake or you tried something and like the worst feeling is failure, the feeling of failure is the worst. So knowing that like you can try something out and just see what happened. What's the worst that's gonna happen, right? Nothing. Nothing's gonna happen out of it. I hate it. I think everybody hates editing. True story. I spent all of last night into the wee hours of the morning, and I say that I think I was only up to like 1 a.m. and I was trying a new editing software, and I cut down my next video, and I got all the way to the end, and I was like, God, I hate using this tool. It's super useful. Like, don't get me wrong. It just I can't. I think I'm just so used to the tool that I have right now that I think like using something new has been a really big like sticking point for me. So all right, so we have glass going, we have our barrier walls, we have like a little nice curved angled concrete barrier. Although this is gonna freak me out. Let's see if we can figure this out. There we go. I do not script mine out. No, I know like I've talked to a few people and like I know that they script theirs. I know they script theirs out. I tried scripting my out, and you can tell when I scripted out. The Wolverine habitat actually was a scripted one. And it was okay. Like it was cool. Like I had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It just but for me, it's like I find that I talk when if I just have a conversation and just chat, I find that I have a lot more fun. For me, like I like to call them fireside chats is what I like to call them, because that's really what it is. Like if you go into it with the idea that you're just gonna have a fireside chat and you're just gonna chat about really cool things and that's it, you're bound to succeed. Because that's all it is, really. You're just kind of hanging out by the fire and having a chat. The hard part, though, to be honest, is the fact that you don't have anybody there with you when you're chatting. That's the hardest part. know what I hate in this game now? And you know what? I used to say it all the time. But and people were like, oh, I hate the pathing system. Pathing system is terrible. I never realized how terrible the pathing system was until I started trying to make like really weird things, like multi-story buildings and whatnot. That's when I realized the pathing system was like really tough to work with. It's never fun. So actually, I will say, so what drove this entire idea to do a stream, very last minute, like obviously this was in no way planned today. I was recording for the Moose Lodge episode, which maybe we'll take a little tour of Moose Lodge and you guys can kind of see what it looks like, and get your feedback live. But I was recording Moose Lodge and I was like, oh, you know, I wonder if people would like to see like an entire unedited version of an episode where there's no commentary, and then you go from there, and then you just just have fun, just watch it. So that was the intent behind this. That was the entire idea. That's why I did this. I find that scripts, when I have a script, I find that they just don't sound genuine. I talk for a living for work. I present a lot of stuff at work in my actual day job, and like even at work when I like present new programs and stuff like that, I won't do scripts. I've done it before and I've always found that they didn't sound genuine. And like I'm talking to, usually like I'll present to like 200 or 300 people at a time, like on a new system or a new program or something like that. And I really just find that they don't they just don't work for me. Like scripted doesn't work. My coworker scripts everything that he does. He scripts it all the time, and like he does a really good job scripting. But I think like that's just who he is. I can't. Okay, so we have our pathway down. We have our upstairs area kind of coming together. I really like how this looks. Sorry, I'm reading up from everybody at the same time. I apologize. As I'm trying to do things at multiple times. I've never done this before. It's cool. The path of my new zoo killed me. Yeah. I have a zoo, Cedarbrook Park Zoo. The way that I kind of masked all the pathing was to what did I do? I put like concrete everywhere. And it was just like the paths were all hidden because it was the only way I could do it. I did not like the way the paths looked, and like they weren't even, and like they didn't mesh up with everything correctly, and it really bothered me. So that's how I did that, which is like kind of like the go-to way of doing it. The axis is I really wish there was more freedom with the way the axis is worked, to kind of get everything to kind of like go correctly. Oh, you can see like, I don't know if I can actually move this. I don't think I can. Yeah, not gonna move that. It's gonna stay there. Oh, hey Kiwi. I'm building a seal pavilion is what I'm building. And it's coming together slowly. In concrete, we try. In concrete makes everything better. Let's be real here. Although now that I built this, I'm like, maybe I should have built it all in plaster. Okay, so here's my thought process. So I want to have, and Blob, you've really ruined this for me because I saw some of your educational things, and I try to build something like that, and I don't even know how to start. So maybe one day I'll have to bug you on that. But I want to put some like custom tables here. Not tables. That's not the right word. Like education, like an education run banner, all the way along here. That's my end goal. It's my dream. Whether or not it'll come to fruition is a different story. But I want to put education stuff all right here. So when people come up, they can kind of go look in, see the seals on the back on the sand, and they can look down and read about it. It could be things like as simple as like where the seals came from, like how they came to live in Ottawa Zoo, things like that, their dietary constraints and stuff like that. So that's the intent here. Over here, we have a big old open spot. So part of me is wondering if we can work in, and this might actually work. May not work actually. Might have to delete one of my hidden paths. Okay, so we do this. So what if we do kind of like an info kiosk? So this does two things for an info kiosk. This allows us, oh, why am I placing like multiple? It would kind of give the idea that there's somebody here ready to talk about them. It can kind of also segue as like kind of like a health and safety thing. So we did that. What if we did that? I don't know. Maybe I'll just make a fake counter. You know what? I'm gonna do a fake counter. That's probably easier. And I've just managed to hire a bunch of employees. That's how we hire employees in this game. Is I place something and then I decide that it's a bad idea. Okay, so maybe I'll do a fake counter with some like, I don't know, some type of like educational content right here, and then some more right here, and then have the counter in the center, almost like it's like kind of like a touch, so you can kind of talk with somebody, feel the fur of like a seal or something like that. I think that would be really cool. So let's see if we can build that. I'm going to use another one of my favorite pieces. Welcome to my building style. It's very manic. So what if we did this? Okay, so we need our angry archer for scale. Let's go like that. Move it in. Do you ever look at something so white that it just hurts your eyes? There's so much real estate, Blob, for like oodles of educational boards. to put them through everywhere. Although I have a thought, and I'll kind of show everybody. So I created these. So like every zoo requires core beliefs, core values associated with it. And for Ottawa Zoo, some of the core values that I would assume or think should be associated with a zoo is discover and explore. So the intent behind a zoo is to discover and explore more about wildlife, things like that. So I've created these, and it kind of fits because this is a moose habitat. So spoiler, you guys are going to see a moose habitat in the next episode next weekend, and a bear habitat, which we've just done. So I want to kind of create more of these, like these banners, and then kind of my goal, and I think would be really cool, would be to have them hanging on the from the ceiling, all the way up here. Thanks for joining, Unicorn. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But we would have like banners hanging out up here. So you'd have like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then like another one here. So we can always have the core values, which I think would be really cool. And anyway, that's the idea behind it. I really like it. So weirdly enough, and I'm pretty sure the stream is slightly delayed for me. So like I'll show something, and then I think like the responses come a little bit after. And I apologize again. First time for everything. So if you guys have other ideas for core values, which is something I'm going to be seeking in the next episode of Ottawa Zoo. So if you guys have ideas for core values of a zoo, by all means, feel free to share. I think that would be really cool. The pink does not make this any better. Education, exploration, ethical. Hey, Ozzy. Conservation is common. Yeah, you're 100%. Conservation is a common buzzword. Okay, let's change this to a not so bright white. There we go. Ozzy, we were welcome to what may be the first and only stream for Gunther's Gaming. I apologize for the amount of invites that everybody might have received in the Discord, because I was playing around with it. I still feel that's like way too bright. There we go. So slightly better. So for those who don't know, Ozzy has gone to his local zoo recently, yesterday I believe, and he shared a bunch of photos. I am so jealous that you guys all live close to zoos. The closest zoo that I live to should not be a zoo, and the one zoo I would love to visit is 5 hours away. St. Louis Zoo always has animals on their side. Yeah, I've never been to St. Louis Zoo. There's always, like, everybody talks about these really cool zoos. I will add St. Louis Zoo to my bucket list. Uh-oh. Something's happened. You know what? I agree with you, Blob. Like it's a very fitting thing to say about this entire community. I'm sorry to hear that, Kiwi. That sucks. Hopefully everything's okay for you guys. It's Max, your closest zoo is an hour away. Park, which is an hour away. Yeah, see, like it's so unfortunate that like zoos, like they're not in every city. Like I think like I'll use so I live in Ottawa, which is it's Canada's capital, weirdly enough. And there's no zoo here. You'd think as a capital of a country, we would have a zoo. It is I don't know what we're gonna do with this yet, Ozzy. Like, it is a shelving unit for sure. My thought process, though, and just hear me out on this, is it's meant to be more of like an educational like repository. So like you can kind of like put a bunch of like touch and feel educational equipment on it. That's the idea behind it, because I think that would be really cool. Hey, Primal. Good night, Kiwi. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it, man. So Ozzy just lives amongst zoos. That's what I'm getting from Ozzy right now. Okay, so we kind of have a little table. Now, let's see, what if we were to do something like this? And then just like that, we have managed to create a kind of like a little like info, like it's not an info booth. I have to be very careful about saying that. But we've created like a little desk where zoo-goers, guests, can come and like ask questions and learn about the seal. Yeah, I wish I could go to the zoo all the time. Man, like I tell my partner that like if we had a zoo close by, she would have to deal with me visiting on a regular basis, whether she liked it or not. She has no choice. It's gonna happen. Call it an education station. Yeah, no, very true. It is an educational station. I'm heading to Boston in a few weeks, actually. Not a few weeks, sorry, a few months. And we're hitting up the aquarium there. What am I doing here? And this is actually kind of what encouraged me to build this, because I went to recently I went to Ripley's Aquarium in Toronto, and they have like a lot of like touch stations where you can touch certain fish and stuff like that. And I realized that this game is definitely not like, there's nothing here about that, but it's just really cool to do that. I feel like touch is like, it's such an important sensation when it comes to certain things, for you to understand what it is. So like if you were to touch the fur of a bear, as an example, or of a wolverine, so you could understand what it is. Or like a seal, which like seals have really cool fur in the sense that they're like, they're not oily, but they're oily, like they look oily. And like I think like you being able to go to a zoo and experience that is what's really important, is that you can learn about what makes that so unique and stuff like that. So that's the idea behind this entire thing. That's the story I'm going with anyway. I can't believe you get used to it after a while. It takes a little bit to get there. Oh, you're hang on, I'm just refreshing the chat here. I'm using a new tool, so keep in mind this is the first time I've ever utilized live streaming, so bear with me if there's like some like issues and stuff like that. Primal, I think it's really cool that you're going to volunteer later this year and work it up to an internship. I once applied to work as an intern at the Toronto Zoo. So I used to go to school originally as a vet tech. It was one of my first career jobs. And I really wanted so badly to work at the Toronto Zoo. And it's a coveted position. There's only like 1 or 2 internships a year and stuff like that. So it's all the power to you. I really hope you get it, and please feel free to let me know how it goes and share some of that experience. I think that's how we all learn and become better stewards of nature. Okay, so we have our education station. We'll have to add in some stuff there. I have a few ideas. We're probably going to have to utilize the workshop to get them. But I'm thinking like adding more cards and stuff like that. And we'll maybe put like some posters right here. So we'll place what we'll do. Just kind of as a test for now. So we can kind of see what it looks like. We'll place like some screens like that, and then we kind of have like we have a rough shape for an education station, which I'm pretty cool about. That's it's not bad, to say the least. It's coming along. We have like a little table for people to kind of talk and learn more about their seals and whatnot, and I think that's really cool. Wondering in how I deal with all of this, it's definitely an exercise of patience. You get used to it. The first few hours, it was a really big struggle. But man, does it ever show when you do a speed build. Like it's super smooth, so you don't see it like it doesn't like jump all over the place. Okay, so You know what I really wish? Benches were not part of the friggin'... Like, you didn't have to have a path in order for a bench to exist somewhere. What if we just did this? Oh, that kind of works. I guess that's one way of putting a bench down. Thanks, Martini. I would love to see your elephant habitat someday. Yeah, it's like internships for a zoo are like it's the prime role for like vet techs and stuff like that. Like that's what they want, because it's you get so much hands-on experience with such an exotic animal species you would never get anywhere else. So it was always such like a cutthroat job process. Like, and even in my like in my course, like everybody talked about trying to go for it. It was wild. Like, what do you like? It's just it's so intense. No, I like the idea of like creating touch tables. Elephant houses are like no small feat. So for those who remember Oasis Zoo, one of the habitats was supposed to be an elephant house, and I did not know how to go about making it. Yeah, this is supposed to be for... It should be for the gray seal. Yes, the gray seal. That is exactly... Yeah. Sometimes I second guess myself. It's just such an open area, and I really don't know what to do with it. So this is what I struggle the most with when interiors, is how do you fill up an interior? So let's maybe do, you know what we could do? What if we did this? So right now we have, I think I can fit 4 seals in this habitat, but I haven't gotten to the water decorations just yet. Planter on the left. That, no, very cool, very true, a planter. It's actually better than my idea. Hang on. I was gonna go for like a custom, terribly built bench. Oh, as decoration. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let's try a few things here. I once tried to make a fountain primal, and it was not good. So it would be a cool endeavor to kind of rebuild the fountain. That would be really cool. Okay, so let's do this. We could always trade, Bob. I'll do your building if you want to do the interiors. I have an idea for this. I like the idea of columns, but you can't just put columns for no reason. So we're going to do this. I'll get my people to talk to your people. Okay, I think I have a plan now. I thought about doing an entire aquatic section, to be honest, in Ottawa Zoo, but I'm getting to the point where I'm actually quite happy with like kind of closing off Ottawa Zoo. I think we're at a point where Ottawa Zoo is kind of coming to its natural end, and I say that it's such a bittersweet thing to say. Like it's like, oh, like it's the end of Ottawa Zoo. It's still far off. There's still definitely a few weeks left before I can even say we are actually done. But I have a feeling we are getting to the point where it's almost ready to go. If whether or not that actually comes to pass, who knows? That's still very much up in the air. Evolution tree of seals. If you want to make an evolution tree of seals, that would be really cool. It's the interior stuff that I suck at. Like Blob has like absolutely fantastic. He's made some like absolutely fantastic educational buildings and stuff, like educational signs and stuff like that. I wish I could build like that. A difference between a seal and a sea lion, that would be pretty cool. I think some great ideas. something only. Yet, Max, you would do it, and you would do like a fantastic job at. Let's be real here. You know what? I actually like the way this looks. Now the question is, can we extend it out even further? Honestly, Blob, if you would like, if you want to build something for the seal, I would 100% use it, only because somebody built it for me, and I feel that when somebody builds something for somebody, you, as just a way to show that your heartfelt respect for doing that, I would 100% use it. And then it would help me to identify how I could build it myself later down the road as well. That would be really cool. For those who, so for everybody who's joined, because our stream is actually growing, I think. It has been growing. It was 8, it's there. The running joke is that we're utilizing something called Drifty Cam. It's the super slow camera, super smooth camera. It's a pain to utilize, which is why you're seeing it like drift quite a bit. Nerdy, I am live. Who would have thought that would ever happen? It's my first live show. It might be my last, who knows. You know what, actually you are right, I have seen that. And funny story, the first time I ever saw this sign, it was actually in a challenge build. I can't remember, for the life of me, I can't remember who built it, but it was it was a food court, and they built this amazing food court. And I remember the skylight specifically, because the skylight just threw me away. It might be aquatic. There it is. This is, you are 100%. Yeah, that is Primal. You are the best. Oh my god, and you can color it. Okay, no, that's amazing. Oh, thank you for calling me wholesome. It's that Canadian charm, you know? It looks like we have otters, penguins. I've kind of created a turtle because I've overlapped them here. It's not a turtle. And it might actually be gray seals because they're pretty small. But it kind of looks, I don't know about you guys. It kind of looks like a turtle though. Like if you look at it, like there's a fin, and a head. I might be crazy though. I could just be reading into it. I am crazy. That is for sure. Like I said, I might be crazy for sure, 100% when it comes to calling that a turtle. You know what I should do? And just learn my lesson here. I'm gonna make this its own piece. Because that makes the most sense. Well, hopefully this inspires you guys to make your own weird pavilion style items and structures and stuff like that. I've always wanted to build a pavilion in Planet Zoo, and I've always felt that I just didn't really have the skill yet. But maybe today is the sign that I do have the skill to build a pavilion. Who knows? That looks really cool. I'm actually really happy with this. Which I realize, like, everybody will say they're really happy with something, and then you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh my god, you did not have to do that in any way, nerdy birdie. Like, that's not something I would have ever expected. So don't ever feel required to do that. But thank you. I really do appreciate that. That's amazing. I wonder. I don't know if we're ever gonna get stingrays. To be honest, Primal. I think it's. I have my theory here is that you may never ever see aquatic animals to that extent in Planet Zoo because they're holding on to it for Planet Zoo 2. That is my belief. That's my theory. I can't believe I'm still nerdy. I'm still shocked. Thank you so much. That's really nice. But not required. I just want to make sure that people just know that still, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. Okay, so you know what this calls for, though? You know what we need on this? It is a theory. It's a game theory. It's a harebrained game theory is what it is. I'm glad that it brings you inspiration, nerdy. That's if there's one thing that I can do, it's to help inspire others to build amazing things. Because trust me, the journey that I took to start on Planet Zoo was very much just like I want to build better on Planet Zoo, and I'm sure there's other people that want to as well. And it's so daunting when you go when you look at YouTube and you see all these amazing builders, and you're like, I'll never be able to do that. I've always been that's always been one of my fears is never being able to build something like that. But look where we're at. Together we're building amazing things. Touch pools are so cool, and I'm shocked that they're not a bigger thing in Planet Zoo. You're right, I guess they've added in some really cool features and whatnot, but touch pools are not a thing in Planet Zoo. Bye, Ozzy. Ciao for now, for sure. I can't wait to see what you build next in Planet Zoo. For those who don't know, Ozzy has started his own channel. He's joining us on the journey that is Planet Zoo. Yeah, 100% birds and aquatic animals. It's going to be the one thing that's going to set Planet Zoo apart from Planet Zoo 2, sorry, from Planet Zoo. And that's going to be and then that's how they're going to get you. That's how they're going to convince you to buy it. Which, like, to be honest, if they just released Planet Zoo 2 and there was nothing new about it, I would still buy it. I'm just a sucker like that. That's what I am. They're North American animals. I want to add the doll sheep for sure. That's definitely on the list. But otherwise, no, I'm open to it. There's been a few episodes where I was like, hey, like if you have an animal that you think that should belong in Ottawa Zoo, by all means, let me know. So if you have any recommendations, Primal, by all means, feel free to share it with everybody, because I think that's how we're going to grow and like build a really cool zoo. Because ultimately, the zoo has become a zoo for both of us, because it's what it is. You guys have encouraged me to build Ottawa Zoo the way it is. Okay, so we have. I really like how this looks. Okay. Now there's something I want to. Now I'm thinking. Where are we at? Okay. You know what, Max? I am not surprised that you love beavers based off your beaver habitat that you built in our community zoo. You built an absolutely stunning habitat, and that does not shock me in any way that you love beavers. Because it shows. It shows, and that build was amazing. And I don't mean that in a facetious way whatsoever. You know what this kind of reminds me of? I don't know if you've ever been to a sauna. This is what this reminds me of. This sunlight I'm creating. I could add an. You know what? An otter would belong. I actually do. I already have beavers, so an otter in this game would make total sense. Oh, is that? Oh, that sucks. I was really hoping this piece was going to be not on the grid. Every habitat needs a waterfall, Max. Whether you think it or not. I already have a skunk, beaver, and raccoon habitat. They're all individual. They're all separate. They're all on their own. I think when I built it, maybe we'll do. Maybe we have to do. You know what? Maybe we have to do soon. We have to do a full tour of Ottawa Zoo. But I think the skunk habitat was the first newest addition to Ottawa Zoo when I kind of came back to it, and it is entirely too large. Oh my god, look at that. We just created a really cool skylight. Hopefully it smells good, Primal. I would be concerned if it didn't. It would smell very woodsy though, that's for sure. Oh my god, speaking of woodsy, you know what this calls for? welcome to my thought process. Would actually do really well here. We've created a little planter, and you know what we could do? We could just add like a tree, because every habitat, every exhibit requires some type of foliage. You know what though? Your comment got me to think more woodsy, and we've created like a little planter, like a curved planter. But you are right, like the like aquatic habitats like this would definitely have that very fishy smell associated with it. No puns intended. It's okay, Max. I totally understand. It can be very difficult to keep track of all the YouTubers, especially people that play Planet Zoo. It's surprisingly a large amount of people play Planet Zoo. I kind of like how this is offset a little bit. You are right. The community tour is going to happen soon, and I'm selfishly saving it for a particular date. So I haven't told anybody this. I'm actually traveling for 2 weeks. So ultimately what that means is there's going to be there's not going to be a episode for 2 weeks, which is a very long time to go without episodes, I realize. So because of that, I have to offset it with something. So I'm going to offset it with some tours, because I can record those really quickly. So I do apologize, because I'm not going to be here for a few weeks. But it is time for us to for me and my partner to travel. It's been some time. The weather is the perfect time. We've been really looking forward to this trip, so I do apologize. But it's coming. It's coming January. I will tell you that. You know what? I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this. So much fun, in fact, that I think it's safe to say you may see more live streams of me building. A wildcat house for the zoo would be really cool. I would be super nervous about doing a wildcat house. That's a lot of that's a lot. But I think I agree. I think it would be really cool. Before we end the stream today, I will go and show everybody. We'll take a quick tour of Ottawa Zoo, for sure though. And you'll even get a sneak peek, a week early peek at Moose Lodge in all of its glory. Yeah, I've actually had a lot of fun doing this live stream, to be honest. I think I was talking with some other people who have started YouTube or in the Discord, and I feel like it's definitely becoming something more prevalent in terms of like live stream and like just like growing the channel and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. But hopefully this live stream encourages you guys to go and build some amazing things. Max, I am eagerly waiting for the second episode. I loved your episode because it was so like educational at the same time. And I loved hearing like the everything about like Greek mythology and how like you kind of worked it into your zoo. It was really cool. So I really do hope to see another episode. No stress. Somebody did say wildcats. Okay, we're coming together. This is taken shape. You know what I want to put around these posts? I want to put a planter. I would love to see. I have to watch your cougar habitat, blah. I don't know what animals are still left to put in Ottawa Zoo though, Max. That's the issue that I have. I just don't know what I want to put. Which I realize is like there's something wrong with that. I 100% understand that. Okay, so I realize with this planter, it's not going to make the most sense because they're going to walk through it. But I don't care. I really like the way this works. Because, like, just think about it. If we were to add in, even just, like, add in the mulch. Because they should, like, people shouldn't be walking near these anyway. I feel like that's just like a giant tripping hazard. But if we do it like that, it kind of makes, it kind of like fills up the space a little bit, right? I agree, Max. Not every animal has a 2D sign, and it's really frustrating. I wonder what their decision behind that was. I think it's because it's on a path, they'll actually just phase right through it. Now, like, there's ways that you can prevent them from doing that. Like, you can add in like one of the barriers, like the guest barriers around it. That actually might prevent them from walking through and stuff like that. But I don't know how I feel about using guest barriers. Speaking of Jurassic World Evolution 2, Nerdy, I have been contemplating maybe doing a series on Jurassic World Evolution 2. I realize that there's like handicaps associated with it. It's not as freeform building as Planet Zoo, but at the same time, it's like dinosaurs. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? You know, like dinosaurs are like everything. There are a lot of cool features about Jurassic World Evolution, and just in, like that aren't necessarily available in Planet Zoo. But on the same side, there's really cool things in Planet Zoo that are not necessarily available in Jurassic World. Inscription. I've never heard of that game. I'll look into it. That's for sure. There's just something. There's something like so fun about building games. Drifty Cam's getting away from me here. Okay, we've definitely filled in this area significantly. I don't know if I'm going to keep these. How does it look without that? I like it without. Well, maybe we'll have to play some Jurassic World Evolution together. I would have a lot of fun with that. DDV. Strategy escape room with a spooky theme. That would be really cool. I'm always down for that. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh. I've tried to play Prehistoric Kingdom Primal, and I don't know how it's been interesting, to say the least. But I think it's just because it's like a new style of game and having to get used to all the controls and stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure that out. You know what? Most of my friends are playing Destiny right now. They keep on trying to get me to play it again. I have it. I just, I don't know how I feel about it. It's been a long time since I last played Destiny. You know what? Ark is like, I don't know how I feel about Ark, to be entirely honest with you. More so because it's like a survival builder, and I don't know if I'd have a lot of fun doing a survival builder. Don't get me wrong, I totally get that there's a reason why people like playing Ark. And the fact that Ark's a multiplayer game that we can technically play all together, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, definitely food for thought. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for the center here, and I have a thought. Now we could do it like this. I think it was, I want to say it was Primal that mentioned this. And it was a statue of a seal. And I agree. I think like a statue of a seal would make really cool sense. And it would make perfect sense here. But it's how are we going to do it? So we're going to take this planner, flip it upside down, because that's like a silly thing to do. Oh, that's so big. So we're going to do it like this. Rotate it around. We're going to leave it hanging. But I realize you can't just leave something hanging like this. So we're going to look for this. And just like that, look at the Discord. Hang on. Oh my goodness, there's quite a bit going on. Look at the... Oh my god, it's like literally what I'm building right now. Is this yours, Blob? That's really funny. That's actually hilarious. I love this. You know what you should do, Blob? You should throw that. Can you throw a link for it right now? In do you have it on the workshop? He's beginning to believe. So for those who are not part of the Discord, Blob has just dropped a photo of pretty much this. which is the anatomy of a seal. That is hilarious. Because I will gladly use that, because that looks fantastic. I'll kind of like do my own like modernization thing on it, but that's really cool. And it's exactly what I wanted to do, which was like to have like it would be like a statue of a seal kind of explaining, you know, cool facts about it. So for those who are not in the Discord, he literally just dropped this. I wonder if I can. I don't know. Like, I don't think I can share it with you guys. But that's really cool. So I'm gonna leave this here as it is, and you can envision what it will become, because it will become something, and you'll see it in the next episode. Okay, so we need. You know what we need? You know what I think? I have a perfect item to put here. Blue circles will look like bubbles on the floor. Okay, let's try that out. Hang on. Okay, so what if we do this? And then a bigger one. I did place 3 of them. I did delete them. I got a little click happy there. You missed, Max, you missed Blob and I having literally the exact same thought process. Because I started building something and then he actually had already built it. Which is kind of cool because it was very organic. So that kind of looks like a bubble, right? Or am I crazy? It's too big, though. Okay, hang on. Is the answer still yes? Killing me. Okay. So, I was building this. this is what I was doing. And then somebody, Blob, had this amazing thing that he'd already built, which is actually fun. It's really cool. Okay, let's see. What can we do with this? I can't believe you'd already started working on something like this. Okay. It does look really cool, Blob. I really like this. I love the the little board. It's almost like it literally is right underwater. That's really cool. These are all different colors. That would be very daunting to record your own educational material and like incorporate it. That would be really cool. I would love to see how that would work out. There we go. I hope you don't mind, Blob. I kind of did a little like jerry rigging on it just to make it a little bit more thematic to the entire theme. I hope you don't mind. And then I think what I'm going to do, because I like the idea that like each sign is like a fact, is that we might place some like additional education signs under here, or like a board under here, and kind of have it like there, because there's 4 of them, so we'll have like 4 different items. So if you walk all the way around, it'll be like each side will have like a different idea about it. Okay, so we have our welcome with that's going to change. We're going to make it more more seal-like, more aquatic. But it's coming together. I like the way that it's kind of starting to look really really cool, really filled in. That's not straight. That's going to bother me. Okay. Thank you very much, Bob. That's really cool. I really like this. Now, let's see. Seals are native like to everywhere. That's a lie, but so temperate and tundra, we can go with those colors. North America and Europe. You know what I tend to always forget to do when I place down foliage? I forget to turn on the random rotation. There are many times I've had to delete something and circle back through and kind of redo it. I'd never used bald cypress trees before. Or knees. But this is going to be a first for me. Kind of like a little terrarium. Kind of looks right. And then we have our bubbles that we can kind of place everywhere. Oh, the game was kind of lagging there. Now, let's see if we can actually make this happen. Now, nobody likes the color concrete, right? Safe in saying that? Okay, hang on. Maybe a little bit more white. Okay. Does that look better to you? That would be really cool, like the stenciled water lights. It would be. I agree. It would be really cool if we had more effects like that. We'll put all these together. Little circle lights on the seal to make it. Okay, hang on. So I'm going to leave them up for now, and the reason why is because I'm not in sandbox mode, so I can't change the color of the day. So we'll have to check it out when it gets darker. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Why do I keep on grabbing all this random stuff? Ah, it's frustrating. Thanks for joining, Blob. I really appreciate it. You've encouraged me to keep this this going a little longer. Thank you so much. For those who don't know, Blob also has a YouTube channel. He has some absolutely amazing builds, so I definitely encourage you guys to check out his content. It does look a lot nicer, doesn't it? I think some of it'll keep white, like right here, because it's a different type of. I would assume it's a different type of item. So like it's a different type of concrete. So I'm gonna leave that different colors, but it's starting to match, and it also matches like with the dry stone that we have going on here. Only because this is going to bug me for a while until I fix this. Sorry, guys. There we go. So everything's coming together. It's starting to shape up, that's for sure. So we have some pork posters. I want to get some hanging banners. So like we could just envision something like hanging out right there. So it'd be kind of like hanging out right here. I'm happy that I've inspired you to be more into Planet Zoo, Ash. Like that's amazing. That's all I really want to do. I hope everybody plays Planet Zoo eventually, because that's all I really want to do. I want people to enjoy how much fun it is playing this game sometimes. It can be frustrating. It is an act of frustration sometimes. Don't get me wrong. So how many buzzwords do we need? We need at least 5 buzzwords for this. Oh my God! Hey, Sparrow. Blob, weren't you leaving? So we have 5. We need 5 buzzwords for at least 5. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I think we're gonna need 6, but it may not fit. Oh, it might fit. We might be able to fit in other ones. We at least need at least 5, probably 6 buzzwords for us to place around the habitat. So it's gonna be, they have to be conservation focused. So so keep that in mind. So if you guys have any recommendations for buzzwords, let me know. So how do we look here? So we come in, still have to work on our door. But we'll come in, and we have 2 options. We can go on the top, we can go on the bottom. So if we go to the bottom, we would see some pretty cool sight lines for underwater, and then we'll have the upstairs as well. It's coming together. But I think it might be time for you guys to see a habitat that I haven't really shared a whole lot of just yet. So I will show you guys Moose Lodge, which is it's a pretty hot topic name. As a Canadian, I've been told we should change it to Possum Lodge. For those who don't remember that show, it's really dating myself at this point. But we have our Moose Lodge, which has something I'm pretty proud of, actually. This. So this is our education sign for the moose, and even better, it's not even a New World part. It's all Australian. So I'm actually pretty proud of that, And then we have some exhibits, because we don't have exhibits in this game. I have not placed a single exhibit in Ottawa Zoo, so I have 3 exhibits finally, and they're all okay. Mind you, keep in mind, this is what encouraged me to do our seal pavilion, which is, as you can tell, the interior on here is not that great. It's pretty bare. So it's in an effort to improve that I wanted to do the seal pavilion. So we have this. And then as we kind of come out, we see our moose habitat itself. So lots of cool sight lines. And don't knock me for the fence being so low, the guest barrier being so low. I'm choosing to envision that our guests are going to be quite nice and not try to touch the moose when they're in the water. Maybe all these signs are do not touch the moose. And then as we kind of continue, we can swing around to our backstage area. It's pretty bland, but we have double-sided glass, because you know what, moose are huge and they're probably gonna brush up against glass. We would not want them to break it. And probably my favorite feature is these feeder boxes, which are painstakingly placed over the barrier walls. It's like they're like their pen walls, so that they can kind of graze while they're spending the night in their little pens. So yeah, so it's a pretty quick sneak peek of our moose habitat, which is surprisingly large. And just to put it in perspective for you guys, we only have space for a few more habitats. So we have a few habitats that we can place right here. So it's going to be maybe 3 if we're lucky, and then another one right here. So we're kind of hitting the end of Ottawa Zoo. We're running out of space. But that's a quick sneak peek of the moose habitat. And hello, Sparrow. Thank you for joining. I hope you were building some pretty cool things yourself in Planet Zoo. I saw you playing earlier. I can't wait to see your next video. I haven't actually watched your video yet today. So if anybody has not watched Sparrow's video, please go do so, because I'm really excited to see that. It's a really cool, and I'm hoping we're going to learn how to make maps for our own zoo, which is something I've never tried to do. And I think Sparrow has a fantastic map. And you can see Drifty Cam in process. You are correct, Primal. Assuming common sense with animals is humans and animals is never going to work out. It's just not a good idea. That's for sure. Okay, so let's place down. It's that one. It's this one. So let's see if we can utilize any of these signs in our habitat. I think we can utilize this. You know what? You are entirely correct. So I've never run into a moose personally. My brother-in-law has. My brother-in-law lives in Alberta. So he once ran into a moose on the side of a mountain. He was going hiking up a mountain, and he's native to Alberta. He saw a bunch of people just kind of like hanging out on the side of the mountain, and they were all they all had their cameras out and stuff like that. And they weren't really moving. So him being him, he's like, I'm just gonna walk around them. So he jumped off the side of the path a little bit and started like kind of like trucking across. Turns out there was a moose with a newborn calf hanging out. So I'm sure you can only assume how scary it would be to run into a moose like that. No problem, Sparrow. I love your videos, man. Like, they're so amazing. I think everybody should watch your videos. They are surprisingly tall. Like, and you know who are scared of moose? Occasionally you'll find the video kind of like running around the internet. Bears. There's a video of a bear chasing after a moose. Like, even a bear is not going to mess around with a moose. It's like when they charge at you, it is terrifying. They are creatures you just don't mess with. You know what? We've had bears in Ottawa. Bears have run around Ottawa before, but we actually have a coyote epidemic in Ottawa, especially because of COVID. I think COVID really kind of exacerbated the entire issue. We have a lot of coyotes that have made their home in like parks within the city of Ottawa, which is pretty wild if you think about it. Because it's I don't think anybody ever expected something like that to happen. All right, bye, Blob. Let's see. The second time's a charm. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I kind of like that. We have like a little education station. That's pretty wild that you've the recorded sightings of jaguars coming back. It's pretty amazing what happens like when when, you know, like humans stop kind of messing around. Which sounds kind of weird when I say it that way, but like humans in general have kind of messed around with the natural way of life for a lot of animals. Thank you. I'm hoping like I feel like it mixes well with the water. I think it'll look better if we actually add water in here. Hang on. There we go. There, we get that nice like watery look. Why is this here? Hang on. Oh, this doesn't even need to be here. Hang on. I appreciate Planet Zoo for the amount of freedom that you have when it comes to building stuff. I also hate Planet Zoo for the amount of freedom you have when it comes to building stuff. It's like you just can't win sometimes. It's just like there's so much going on. Now I know why we had that part right there. There we go. So if we were to kind of do something like this. You know what the worst fear playing Planet Zoo is when you have something that works, you test it out, it works just fine, and then you're like, okay, and then you go to do something else, and it just like stops working because you made one small minor change. Oh, hang on. I forget how large security cameras are. We might have to play around with it a little bit. This sign's so large. I'm gonna have to play around with it, but that's a really good idea, Birdie. Okay. That corner annoys you. There's a few ways that I've been playing around. I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of mask it, and I'm thinking like this. It's probably it would probably best fit like this. Yeah. It is 100% a love-hate relationship. And the worst part is you go back for more. You're like I was like you were okay with it, and then you just go back. That's the worst part. What if we just had like a seal head sticking out a little bit like this? I like what you did, Max. I see what you sent me. I just hate how, like, somebody was saying that Blob was saying that the benefit of Prehistoric Kingdom is that you have a scaling button, so you can actually increase or decrease the scale of something, like the size of something. And I really wish Planet Zoo had something like that, because I would be over the moon if we had the ability to rescale an item, because it's super frustrating when you don't have an option to do so. And like I'm sorry, this is entirely too big. It doesn't need to be this big, but it is. Like, even this seal, it's okay. Like, it's a good size, but it's so huge. Why does it need to be 4 meters? It's the toxic X you can't leave. 100%. That's exactly what it is. Okay, hang on. Where are we going? Here we are. What else can we borrow from Lions? Here we go. Borrow this. Oh, I kind of like these. Okay, anything else we think we want to steal or borrow? Borrow is the correct term, not steal. From Lion. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted by this. So this pillar, you know what? I agree with you. I think this pillar would be a good fit, but I don't like that. Yeah, I agree with you. They are pretty like all over the place with the style of signs for each person, or for each animal. Okay, I agree. I like this. but there's a change that we have to do to make this work. It's almost like we're doing surgery. Okay, let's place this one down first. Alright, Nerdy, let's see how this works. Oh my goodness. Sorry. A little all over the place. Okay, you know what? I have a better idea. We don't need this. That's one. Okay, that should be everything. So now what if we did this instead? There we go. So it's kind of like an info wall almost. So everything works. It's exactly what we want to see. And we just have to choose a better color scheme. And like, thank God that Planet Zoo has introduced the the flex color select option. Hey, Liz. I think we're going to get that artifact, and I don't think there's any way for me to get rid of that. Okay, I like this color scheme. Thanks for joining, Lizzie. It's you know what? It's different from the fact that I was on your stream. It's pretty cool. So this is a first for me. I've never done a stream before. So thank you for joining in. How does that look for an education item? You can use it within a group. So like each of these is a group. So that's one group. And then from there you're just able to kind of select everything within that group. It only works if it's a grouped item. It does not work if it's a non-grouped item. So you just have to keep that in mind. Which is that was why I kept on running into that issue right here. So not bad. I like the. That was a great idea, Birdie. I think that that worked out really well. So now, we'll zoom over here. And we will take all of this back. So you guys are seeing the Sparrow gets to see me work in Drifty Cam. It was a very interesting. You know, for the longest time, I did not realize you could turn off scenery collision. And the issue that I had was like I kept on running into the ground when I was trying to like look at things. You know, guys, I think this is going to be our best habitat yet. And it's all thanks to you guys. We would not have been here if it wasn't for this live stream and for you guys joining in and providing all of your awesome advice. So thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. All right, what was our base color that we went with? And just like that, we have like a little education zone. I do not like the drifty camera. Do I have a favorite animal? Yes, it's the giraffe. I love the giraffe. The best animal in the world. I actually once got to hang out with the giraffe, and its tongue touched my face by accident. It was a really cool experience. Definitely by far my favorite animal. 100%. Dragged my wife to go see them at a zoo for my birthday, actually. They better learn so much, because it's education has been my focus lately in this zoo. Apparently they weren't learning enough, so I had to change that. But I feel like this is what a zoo would be. Just like it would just be education everywhere. Now I'm trying to wonder if maybe we should replace this. Could you get... Not much has changed. So we have our new foliage deck that we kind of put together really quickly, and we focused a lot on creating this education center for all of our guests. And I am in need of minimum of five, probably more like 6 different buzzwords for us to place in the banners across the wall here. And we're going to create some interesting different little animal signs everywhere. So that's it. But it's definitely coming together. It's definitely a step in the right direction from where it was. I'm a huge fan of like just like how this looks from up here. Oh, this does not go there. It's definitely it definitely has a really nice feel. Although I'm starting to second guess this. I'm wondering if we should change the from off of wood and maybe move to a plaster. Lion and elephants are both really awesome animals. They're like they're for sure in the top 10 for me. Um, but it's just there's something special about a giraffe. I just they're so like they're so they're so goofy would be the best way of saying it, which is really mean for me to say it that way. Like they're not goofy animals. They're just like they're just so interesting. Their long legs and long necks and stuff like that. You just not it's not something you would normally find. So really happy with that. There's definitely quite a bit of work left to do in this habitat. I'm hoping that we'll have it up and ready. I have essentially I have like maybe a week and a half to put this all together still, and then we're gonna have this is gonna be our habitat area. The entrance to the habitat will for our keepers will be back here, and then they will they have free reign to kind of go everywhere, and then our guests can just see right here. So that's really what we're looking to do. Do you mean like maybe like I'm wondering what I'm thinking actually, because I like the top that we have here. What if we did oh no, that's way too big. I kind of like this. It is actually big enough for them. Ask me how many we can fit in there. Not many. So they better not breed. There we go. So we kind of got it matches the entire area, I think. Baby seals are the best. You know what? Actually, how big is it? Hang on, let me slap a door on this thing. It was the other way around. Our habitat is 480 meters squared of land, 271 for water, and seals apparently don't have enough water. That's easily fixable. We might just have to add in some additional water. I think it's because I think it's when I went and added in all the rocks, they lost some space. It's gonna be a tight fit for sure. So last I checked, I could fit 3 of them. It's gonna be tight though, for sure. It's gonna be really tight, but we'll make it work. The photos I see, like a lot of like the photos I see of like habitats for seals and stuff like that, they don't really have a whole lot of land space for them to kind of travel around on. A lot of it's focused on their water space and stuff like that. So we'll have to play around with it and see what it looks like. But it is technically enough space. Isn't it? Hang on, now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, I can knock it off the from the landmass area. It has everything that they need, really. And we're only really short 30 meters squared of water, which is like that. Because if we did this, like, hang on. Just if we did this. Which I realize looks pretty messy right now. There we go. We can fit at least one. The Zoo, a fantastic series. I do watch it occasionally. The good news, to be honest, is that we can actually just move this entire section back a few feet. We can add on another row, like another 8 meters forward. So like we can definitely make do with the space. The goal is it's a pavilion, so it is going to be really cramped. But I might create like an outdoor section as well, which I'm kind of still on the fence about whether or not I want to have like an outdoor pool for them to go and travel around in and stuff like that. If I was really good at this game, you know what I would do is I would actually do a underwater tunnel for them to kind of come, and there'd be like a pool out here. I was in New York, and I went to the zoo, Central Park Zoo, and they had a seal exhibit, and it was really cool. It's kind of hard to explain. So they had it was like a big pool, like right here. So it's kind of like, God, I'm gonna paint this, and it's gonna look terrible. Okay, so they had like a pool. That looked like this. And then you could sit all the way around it. And then through the center, there was like a little landmass. So they would swim around in circles all the time. But then underneath it, you would have like a tunnel. And then there was a separate pool way over here for them. So they would actually swim between the two. It was actually really cool. This looks really terrible. Don't judge me on my drawing skills with paint. But that was kind of like the idea. I would have loved to be able to do that. I actually don't think that's I don't think that that's actually possible in this game to do something like that. But maybe one day we'll find out. Oh, I went too far. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So definitely a lot of work still to do on the habitat, but I'm really happy with what we've achieved here. So it's getting pretty late. It's been 3 hours. We've been streaming for 3 hours, which is pretty wild. I never actually thought I would stream for this long. So just so you guys all know, all 11 viewers, this was originally meant to be a test stream. I was just kind of playing around with it. Somebody, Claby actually from the Discord, he recommended this tool to kind of help me with streaming, because I was kind of mentioning I was a little interested in doing it. And for a test stream, I am shocked that we've actually made it this far. So I'm really excited about this. Thank you so much for joining in. And I want to say this is going to definitely be something you guys are going to see a lot more of. So definitely make sure to keep an eye out, because I think I could see myself streaming a lot more. Probably be more localized to like Sundays and stuff like that from my time, because it's usually the one day I'm not doing a whole lot. But I would be very interested in kind of keeping this entire thing going. So thank you so much for joining, everybody. I really appreciate you watching and joining in and listening to me ramble on for 3 hours. It's not something I ever thought would have actually happened. So thank you so much. It would be really cool to walk through a tunnel, Liz, and see all the penguins. There's an aquarium in Toronto near where I live that does all that, and it was really cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Liz, you're definitely gonna have to come to a few more streams, that's for sure. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. Hang on. Let's see if this actually works. Oh my god. I have transitions. They're not very good. This is pretty cool. I really like this. I really like this. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you joining in, and looking forward to doing more streams with you guys all. It is super profesh, isn't it? Maybe I'll have to go and play around with... I'll have to play around with some of these. All right, everybody. It's not the end of the stream until I get to say ciao for now, everybody. You're right, Sparrow. It is a fun way to hang out. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. I agree, Ozzy. I can't wait to see what happens. We've definitely moved forward. 2024 is a new year. Really excited to see what we can do with the community. And ciao, Lizzie. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry, Nerdy. It did end. We're just closing it off. I have to go, unfortunately, but I'm still here. I'm saying goodbye to everybody. But thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for just supporting the community. I know you're new, and I really just had a lot of fun having you join us, and I look forward to all the new things that 2024 is going to bring. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining, Max. Bye. I can't wait. You better upload your next video. I'm very interested to see what more comes from your series, and I really do want to learn more and see how you incorporate mythology within, or like history, mythology, and all that within Planet Zoo. Can't wait to see. Oh, you better believe it's being called out. Oh my God, Birdie, you definitely are not required to do something like that. We're you did miss it. We're definitely going to be keeping some streams going, so you're going to see more coming through. So thank you so much, and we're gonna, hopefully this might just become a reoccurring thing. So stay tuned. We might see more of these come around. I actually enjoyed, and I had a lot of fun building, and I think that our zoo is just that much better because of it. And who knows? Maybe on the next stream, maybe we'll do another one on Sunday, next Sunday, and you'll see all the changes done to this the habitat. So looking forward to that. And thank you again, Bertie. I know you want to. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.